Hello, everyone. My name is Greg Bathrick. I serve as a board member of the Broadband Forum. Welcome to another hot topic video. Today's topic is how Broadband Forum helps operators accelerate fiber to the home deployment. Today, I have the pleasure to speak with Marta, who's a Broadband Forum's Fiber Access Network Work Area Director and Calix's Senior Solution Architect. Also, I have Vincent, who's Broadband Forum's Interoperability and Test Project Lead, and he is the CTO at LANPARK. Marta, let's just jump right into it. Could you share some of the industry drivers that led Broadband Forum to kick off the PON Interoperability and Certification Program?
Sure, Greg. So interoperability refers to the ability for devices made by different manufacturers to exchange and make use of information exchange. So in the special case of PON, it's the ability between the OLT and the ONU to work together to bring the intended service type as well as the quality of service. So from the service provider's point of view, interoperable devices help reduce the cost of equipment. It reduces the validation and integration efforts required. It widens the OLT and ONU vendor choices and reduces the risk of dependence on specific equipment manufacturer. And therefore facilitates the long-term network services evolution.
Excellent. Now, Vincent, let's talk a little bit about the certification program. So is it true that this is really the first program of this kind? Could you share some of the types of standard-based PON technologies that Broadband Forum offers this testing for?
Sure, Greg. If one looks a little back in the past to the early 2010s, the BBF 247 certification program was a key achievement for the Broadband Forum, as well as a real advancement which considerably helped the industry to move towards multi-vendor PONs networks. Just imagine the impact of having an ONU that is now proven to speak the standardized language called OMCI, understood by any OLT it is connected to. So this involved at that time the organization of many interoperability plugfests between manufacturers to identify and correct the sources of interoperability issues, and to establish an ONU certification program to ensure the OMCI implementation complies with the standard and meets the operator's expectations. So today, whether the ONU is a GPON or an XGPON or XGS-PON ONU doesn't really matter, as any ONU implementing one of these technologies is now eligible to apply to the BBF 247 certification program, making proof of its ability to talk to any OLT based on the ITOT OMCI interface language. So beyond the support of new technologies, the GPON ONU certification program has evolved over the years with the addition of new ONU types such as SFPs, and also via the introduction of new optional features and profiles, addressing new OMCI functionalities required by the operators. So today we have nearly 200 GPON or XGPON ONUs that have been certified. They are listed on the Broadband Forum website. And yes, the BBF 247 certification program is definitively the first one of its kind, and still has an amazing beneficial impact on the optical networks and their massive deployments.
That's incredible how much we've done in such a short amount of time, but it doesn't stop there, does it? Can you talk about what's coming next and some of the timeframes for the audience so they can make sure that they don't miss it, they can be involved?
You're totally right. The BBF FAN is a working group responsible for achieving the evolution of the BBF 247 ONU certification program through the technical maintenance of its OMCI conformance test plan, referred as TP247. So the maintenance of this test plan is triggered especially when new requirements from operators or new features from the PON standards show up in the BBF technical reports, such as TR-156 and TR-280. These reports being also under the responsibility of the FAN working group. So beyond this, FAN also addresses various other technical reports and test plans on which operators rely to test their interoperability upon the solutions they deploy, like TR-255, like TR-309 or TR-423 test plans specifying respectively the OLT and ONU interoperability, the TC layer interoperability, and the file conformance test plans. So such test plans from the FAN are key documents on which BBF Interop Blockfest events are based, and they allow the industry to test and assess their interoperability with other vendors upon standard documents. So in the near future, several areas will be considered by FAN, several topics. The first one is naturally points to the evolution of modern technologies, like the arrival of the 25 gig symmetrical and the 50 gig PON, also called the high-speed PON. Much work was also done recently about net confiang and virtual OMCI also, and may see applications in the future interop program. So some other hot topics also are under consideration, like power and energy savings in optical networks. But as you see, the interoperability is a never-ending effort for the benefit of the industry and the market.
Well, if something works, just keep doing it. So just to wrap up, Marta, there's probably a lot of people who are watching this. Share with them a little bit of how they can get involved, so they can make sure that, number one, they're making impact for their companies as well as to the overall industry.
Sure. So BBF has certification and interop test plans, and they're based on some common service provider use cases and requirements. BBF is a contribution-driven group. Service provider contributions drive the development of requirements, management models, and interoperable test cases. So it's never too late to contribute towards BBF, FAN. We welcome any new contributions, both from service providers and vendors.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Marta and Vincent. I really appreciate your time. So whether you're a broadband operator or a solution provider, this is an opportunity to make a huge difference in work that you're doing, the work we're doing, and overall helping the industry. Thank you for your time.